everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today to be filming a Queer Eye cooking video, and I'm finally back home, so I have all this space in my kitchen to actually be able to film proper cooking videos where you can actually see my face while I'm cooking. It's amazing. I never watched the original series of Queer Eye. I think I was just a little bit too young, but as soon as the new Queer Eye came on Netflix, I watched it that evening, going in completely blind, not knowing what it was, but I fell in love with it straight away. The first episode with Tom, the really cute old guy. I've not finished watching season 2 yet because I'm trying to make it last as long as possible, but season 1, episode 1, I think is my favorite episode. It's just so cute. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you haven't watched Queer Eye before, here is Tom. He's adorable.
I'm just a dumb old country boy from Kentucky.
You don't have the usual today?
I don't have my usual.
What'd you do this weekend?
Nothing.
He is a hot mess.
I don't do a whole lot. I get up, I go to work, I come home, fix me a redneck margarita, smoking a cigarette and watching television through the door. I don't have a girlfriend. I see my ex-wife Abby every now and then. I think I'm unlucky in love because I'm butt ugly. You might make me look a little better, but you can't fix ugly.
So we have Tom Jackson from Dallas, Georgia, aged 57. Tom rents a small basement apartment.
A basement apartment at 57?
Why do you think Tom doesn't have a lady right now?
Look at him!
This is my apartment.
Oh, God, whoa!
My ex-wife gave it to me, but it didn't have stains on it when I got it.
Is that a douche?
That's a shower head.
Don't scare her. We just got here. There are a few things here that I like. This is actually the extent of it. It's very hard for me to work with all this luxurious Beyonce hair on my face.
You look so cute.
You look fresh. What? Look at you. You look like a brand new man.
I feel like it, too.
Yes.
I had a great time, guys. We did too. I'm gonna miss you all.
We have fallen in love with you. I didn't really expect to have this moment with you, and you are such an amazing man.
You guys are making me cry. I'm gonna miss all of you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
This time, there's no turning.
Bye, Tom. Love you.
Y'all be careful.
Today I'm going to be trying out my first Queer Eye recipe. This is from Tom's episode, You Can't Fix Ugly. And this recipe is the infamous guacamole from this episode, which Antoni ruins by putting Greek yogurt in. I consider myself a bit of an avocado expert. I'm sure many people say that, but I used to take avocados to school with me as my break time fruit when I was in year 1. I've been living this life a long time. Why would you add dairy to a recipe which is just originally vegan and doesn't need extra creaminess? Avocados are so creamy already. I don't get it. But today I'm gonna try and understand. I don't get it, but I'm gonna try to. Queer Eye, guac. We tested recipes from Queer Eye. Excuse me. That's my idea. So-called food expert Porowski. I mean, if you actually go on his Wikipedia, it does say he's an actor and chef, so acting clearly comes first. He could literally just be acting as a chef. There's no video on the internet of the actual recipe, so I'm gonna have to watch it straight from Netflix. Okay, let's see what we have to do.
I'm gonna teach you how to make a guac from scratch. We just slice right along the pit. So this pit, the easiest way to get it out, carefully and quickly, boom, and it comes right out. So let's see, we have our salt, we have our acid from the lime juice, we have cilantro, and we have avocado.
Right.
This is pretty much all that you need for a guacamole.
Right, stop there. He literally just said that's all you need. Leave it at that. Why not leave it at that?
Mash this up. One thing I like to add to my guac, I like things to be super creamy. I'm like a dairy freak.
Right.
So this is tangy Greek yogurt.
Ooh, it looks so gross.
It has so much less fat than sour cream, and it has a lot of flavor. I like to put a little spoon of that in there.
You know what has even less fat? I'm not putting it in at all. I'm gonna use a pestle and mortar because that's what he used. I'm gonna be as accurate as possible. I went out this morning to Morrison's. I've got all the ingredients. I spent £4.70 on this video. I really highly doubt that it's gonna make me £4.70 back, but. So I've got 2 avocados. They're pretty small, but it's all I can afford. This is the life of a graduate, guys. This thing is pretty small, so I think that's gonna be fine. Next thing he says is salt, so I got some of that. I've got a lime, and then this huge packet of coriander. I've got to say, Morrison's have been doing pretty well recently for like sustainable things and package-free things. A lot of their vegetables are now package-free, and all of their apples are local apples in my local Morrison's, which is really cool. They don't have any like package-free herbs, which I usually would get. So I decided to get this huge family pack for £1.50, right? To be honest, it's probably the same amount of plastic as you get when you buy a coriander plant, because it's all like packaged in plastic, and you've got a plastic pot which you then don't really have a use for. And actually last week we bought a coriander plant, and before we could even use it, it just died. So I think this is the way forward. Keep it in the freezer and then you can just grab a handful whenever you want some. Finally, I bought a whole tub of Greek yogurt, and the recipe only needs a tablespoon, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of it. Let's move this stuff out the way. All my kitchen stuff is in the loft, so I'm going with whatever my mum owns, which apparently is like gigantic knife, or gigantic knife. I mean, he sliced it the wrong way, I've got to be honest with you, because this way is a lot easier and it's a lot... Oh, look how tiny that little avocado pit is. I now cut the avocados that way around instead of long ways. If you've got a nice knife, like this beautiful one, which kind of worries me considering no one in this house eats meat, but somehow we own it, you don't want to make it blunt by shoving it into really hard avocado stones. So if you do it this way, you literally can just go whoop, and out it comes. Pop that in here. I'm quite clumsy and this is already quite full, so I think if I put 2 in here, it's gonna go everywhere. So for now, this is going over there. I might add it later if there is room. Next, Antoni put some salt in. I don't really know how much. I don't want too much in there, so I don't know. And then his acid, in that goes. I love coriander. I think it is some kind of gift from God. It is beautiful. So I'm gonna put a load of that in. What is that? I've been diddled. That is not coriander leaf. Here I was saying how good Morrison's are, giving them free advertising. And if you've been around here for a very long time, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I made basically what was an ad for Morrison's. If anyone remembers the Crave Challenge, I made my own version, which was the Morrison's Choco Pillow Challenge. It was an amazing video. I think it's one of the best things I've ever made. Maybe not. I've been giving Morrison's free advertising for about 6 years, and then they present me with this. Is this safe to eat? I'm gonna try it a bit and tell you what it is. That's not edible. It's really bad. I could probably get a refund on my £1.50 pack of coriander for that, but I'm not going to, because I have high hopes that this video is going to be the one that lets my channel take off. I don't love whatever that was, but I love coriander, so as much of it as possible in this, I think. Some people think it's like tasting of soap. Parsley is the herb that we should all be worried about. It tastes disgusting. Okay, I may have chopped up a little bit too much. Let's do this thing. Here we go, that's better. I don't have the cool autofocus feature on my camera because it's so old, but that's what it's looking like so far. Doesn't that look tasty? So good. And now for the yogurt. I'm gonna try some on its own for science. Oh my god, it's so thick. Adding a whole tablespoon of this yogurt seems like a lot, but here goes nothing. Oh, that noise. Oh, I think I put too much. This is now what it looks like. I'd say the first one looks a lot more appetizing. I'm gonna try it with one of these slightly out of date Monge 2. This one looks quite firm, so I can get a nice big scoop. Here we go. You can taste the lime, you can taste the coriander, and you can taste the yogurt, but you can't taste any avocado. You wouldn't know that this was supposed to be guacamole. This is more like a yogurt dip that you would kind of get with your Indian takeaway or something like that. It's not good. Now the question is, do I add the second avocado to this to give it a fair test and make it maybe more edible, or do I just not waste my second avocado? I feel like, just for fairness, because I did put in the full tablespoon of yogurt when I only used quite a small avocado, I'm gonna put the other one in, but I'm not gonna be happy if this tastes bad because I've wasted £4, whatever I paid, £4.70 or something. I think that looks a bit better now. It's a lot greener, definitely looks a lot more like guac, but still, it's so pale. Let's give it one more test and see if it's any better. It's honestly so bad. It's not nice. It doesn't taste anything like guac at all. It just tastes like weird sour yogurt. I was really thinking with this video, sure, I don't agree with putting yogurt in guacamole. I think it's just plain wrong. I was thinking I'd make it, I'd taste it, it would be quite nice, it just wouldn't be the same kind of thing. But honestly, this is just not edible to me. I didn't realize it was possible to mess up guacamole like this. I really didn't. And I feel really bad because I was kind of like jokingly insulting Antoni's cooking skills, but maybe he actually just doesn't have any. Let's just watch the end of the video to see how they react to this delicious dish.
Sir, grab a chip. Do you know what to do with that chip?
Hell yeah, I know what to do with. Oh, that's delicious.
You're grabbing a second one and you're not even done. See, it's like 4 ingredients. And you have an amazing guacamole.
No offense to Tom. Tom is lovely. I've told you already how I think he's just adorable. He drinks redneck margaritas, which are made out of Mountain Dew. So maybe he just doesn't have the same kind of palate as me. Maybe he just enjoys things which I think taste bad. Maybe that's just how how it is. But this recipe, it gets 1 avocado out of 5. Just don't risk it with the yogurt. This is probably the worst guac I've ever had, and my mum buys the one that comes in a pot. On a brighter note, I have really enjoyed making this video. It's been good to get back in the kitchen and like be able to talk to a camera whilst cooking. This kind of format has just not been possible while I've been at uni, but I'm glad I can do it again now. If there's any other Queer Eye recipes that you'd like me to test for you, let me know, because I am more than willing to try something else. I'm hoping if I give another one of his recipes a go, it will turn out fine and he'll be able to redeem himself. I think this was just, he was having a bad day when he came up with this. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments down below which of the Fab 5 is your favourite. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.